Marc Marquez then heads out on circuit with an advantage of nearly a tenth and a half clear of his younger sibling, Alex Marquez. They are in positions 1 and 2 on the grid as it stands right now for the 12-lap sprint this afternoon, 25-lap full Grand Prix tomorrow. As Marc Marquez ventures out, you know he's only got one thing on his mind, and it's that first ever 136 lap around Termas de Rio Hondo. He's delivered so many great performances down the years here in Argentina. I think we've seen the best and worst of Marc Marquez, haven't we, here in Termas on some of our previous visits, but at the moment we're seeing nothing but the very best of the 93. As Marco Bezzecchi, how hard was Bez attacking on that Aprilia, weaving left and right on the brakes as he flung it onto its right-hand side through turn 1. Bit of a head shake as well as he came out on the gas out of 2. Certainly pushing hard, isn't he, Bezzecchi? On the exit now of 2. Flick it hard right through 3 and then just build speed down the back straight. 4th place as it stands right now for the Italian.
It's a time attack mode where Marco Bezzecchi still feels he has a little bit of margin to improve, although given that he's currently in 4th place, he's doing a pretty good job as it is at the moment. The other rider worth keeping an eye on at the moment out on track is Joan Mir, who of course only has the one tyre available to him, having come through qualifying 1. Mir is currently on a fairly competitive lap halfway around, which might well get him in amongst that group of riders at the moment who are all on 137.5s, from Bezzecchi in 4th all the way down to Bagnaia in 8th.
Bezzecchi has just set his personal best second sector of this session. Bagnaia and Acosta are flying. They have just nailed really strong first sectors. Not much between those two, as Bezzecchi, you could just see how hard he really is wringing the neck of this Aprilia, isn't he? Around Termas right now. There's a big moment there as he flicks it left through turn 9. Then there's the big head shake over the bumps through turn 11. Mir moves up to 11th spot, then a 137.905 from the Spaniard.
Big lap coming in here from Pecco Bagnaia. He's found more time in the second sector. Is this the moment where the 2-time world champion finds his response, having been under siege from his teammate Marc Marquez, not just through the 2 Grand Prix weekends we've had so far, but through entire pre-season testing? He's been playing catch-up, it feels, from the first wheel he turned in Sepang in February. Bagnaia threatening, potentially moving up and joining his teammate on the front row of the grid.
Well, we said he has sometimes delivered big performances when it's backs against the wall, and he's doing it here again. Bagnaia with Acosta for company. Into turn 13 we go. This is surely putting Bagnaia onto the front row of the grid. Is it P1? Is it a 136 from the number 63 over the line? 4th place. Lost a bit of time in that 4th sector. Up to 4th then goes Pecco. 137.268. He dragged Acosta around to a 137.274. Acosta about a quarter of a second away from Marc Marquez.
Yeah, neither of the Marquez brothers are on good laps at the moment. Alex Marquez is quite a way off, half second off, as you can see, and Marc Marquez has clearly backed out of it in the second sector. Alex Rins there crawling all over the back of Alex Marquez, as Rins might move himself up onto the 3rd row here with this one. He misses out and has to slot into 10th place, a 10th of a second behind his teammate.
Joan Zarco still on the front row for LCR Honda. What a ride that would be. Absolutely sensational. Pick up Morbidelli, fastest in Q1. He powers out of the final corner, up a couple of spots from 8th to 6th, a 137.382, which is pretty much on par with the time that got him into this Q2 session. Mir's improved further on the Honda, up to 9th for the 137.596.
Bagnaia's lap has gone away, so unless he's going to find something on the 3rd lap of that tyre, Bagnaia will not be on the front row of the grid. He sits 4th at the moment. Acosta's still pushing on, so too is Fabio Quartararo. We're right on board with the 2021 MotoGP World Champion now as he heads towards turn number 9. Quartararo currently sits 10th. An improvement of a 10th of a second could lift him up a row on the grid.
Bezzecchi, I think, has rolled out of it, so that's session over for him. Best the 2023 Argentina Grand Prix we can hope for is 7th place. Something's happened to Acosta as well. Big moment there on the bumps for Fabio Quartararo through 11. Alex Marquez head down rapid in sector 2. Fabio Quartararo also looking good. Frankie Morbidelli's had a superb second split as well. That would be something for Morbidelli on the front row from Q1. Over the line we go. Quartararo up to a superb 6th place. Top job by the factory Yamaha rider. 137.347.
4 riders are all up at the halfway point. Morbidelli, both of the Marquez brothers, and Fabio Di Gianantonio. We ride on board with Alex Alex Marquez. He needs to find surely a 1:36 if he's going to take pole from his brother. He crosses the line and misses out a 1:37, 1:95, but plenty going quickly behind him.
Yeah, Marc Marquez included, who has just absolutely had a stonking third sector. Over a tenth, he is up. Is this the 1:36 we've been waiting for from the 93? Morbidelli over the line. No improvement from Frankie, stays in 7th place. On board then with Marquez. Through the final corner he will go now. He flicks it left. Are we about to witness the fastest ever lap of Termas de Rio Hondo? We certainly are. Right on cue. Bang. Thank you very much, Marc Marquez. A 1:36.917. Look at the reception, the response he's got inside the factory, Ducati garage. Well, he said a 36 was on the table and he delivered it.
A quarter of a second clear of his younger brother, who will start alongside him on the front row of the grid. Checkered flag is now out. Bagnaia will not improve. He's going slowly out there on circuit. So Bagnaia will start on the second row of the grid. 4th at best for him. Marquez is still pushing on, but surely no one is going to touch that 1:36.9.
Yeah, nearly a quarter of a second clear. He's still pushing on here as well. Hard on the brakes into turn 5. Does he feel like there's even more time out there? 1:36.917. We said Marco Bezzecchi had rolled out of it. It's got worse for him. He was 7th at that time. He's been pushed back down to 9th now. So Bezzecchi will be at the head of the third row, back of the third row rather. Yeah, I think Marquez, he's just taken too much out of that rear tyre on that 36.917. He won't care one jot though, because he's got the history-making lap time he wanted. He's got another pole position in the books as well. We have just witnessed another special lap from Marc Marquez here in Argentina. That is pole position number 96, 68th in the MotoGP World Championship. Fabio Di Giannantonio, is there maybe a couple of places late on for him? And of course, we've mentioned Marc Marquez's utter brilliance, but at the moment, Johann Zarco is still on the front row of the grid, which is a phenomenal, absolutely sensational performance. And that looks like where Zarco will remain. Checkered flag is out for everybody. Di Giannantonio takes 6th place. It's the Marquez show once again, though, here in Termas de Rio Hondo qualifying. Marc Marquez takes it with a new all-time lap record, the first ever 1:36 lap around Termas de Rio Hondo. Just as he was a couple of weeks ago, Alex Marquez takes 2nd place. Back-to-back poles for Marc Marquez for the first time in 6 years, going all the way back to the Austrian and British Grand Prix. Superb by Marc Marquez, an absolutely wonderful performance as well by Johann Zarco. A Honda, after all their recent troubles, all their recent woes, a Honda on the front row of the grid here in Argentina.